Hey everyone. We're going to talk a little bit about the documentary that's going to be coming out in the coming months, which we are starting to work on right now. I tried to ask on Twitter what questions you would like answered about the documentary, and that did not go well. Basically, just got a bunch of questions about the disaster cycle, almost all of which could be answered by doing the homework, which is down there below the video. But here is going to be some of the basics, and at the end will be where you come in. So, what is this? This is a documentary about the disaster cycle, the magnetic pole shift, the great solar flash, everything that is going to happen to the Earth in the coming years from a natural perspective, driven almost certainly by the galactic current sheet. Uh, Big question that I have seen on YouTube here is who's doing this? Well, it is a combined project between myself and the people who made the documentary Died Suddenly, not including Stu Peters. So if you look to where the producers are, where Stu Peters is listed at the end, look to the second name right under that, Lauren. Uh, their team no longer works with Stu. I have been talking with them a great deal. They are some really good Christian folks. A bunch of them have been observers for quite some time. And so I'm very confident in the administrative and production staff that's going to be doing this. It's really important that we do this because it's one thing to have a YouTube video, and it's not that my videos look terrible, but they're obviously not cinema quality, and um, this is important enough information. And for those who are like, wait a minute, I thought we weren't supposed to talk about Fight Club. Correct, you are not supposed to talk about Fight Club. I've seen it happen. It doesn't usually go so well unless you have literally every aspect from the history of it to what's happened in every layer of the atmosphere, to what's happening in Earth's core, to what's happening on the other planets, the details of the astrophysics from the micronova to the other stars that have already flashed, the physics of the galactic current sheet, unless you have every paper in your head and can answer every single question, no, you shouldn't talk about Fight Club. I have all of those things up here, and I'm going to talk about Fight Club. And so that's why this is important, because using this documentary will be an excellent way to actually get this information out there for the people you care about in terms of survival. People are asking about timelines. Um, while one of the producers says they want it to come out before the end of the year, uh, that is extremely ambitious. I'm thinking that the early parts of next year is probably when this is going to come out. Um, we are going to have an opening night. It's probably going to be here in Colorado Springs, where we're going to actually screen the documentary. Uh, Hope to see a lot of you guys out there for that. Details will be coming. And afterwards, it'll be released the same way that Died Suddenly was. It'll be on several different social media platforms. We're going to have a website for it. Um, it's going to be quite the thing. And based on how I have it planned, it's going to be on the same level of awesomeness that Died Suddenly was, but without some of the um, openness to critique that documentary left itself open to. We're going to be including some of the world experts on this topic, so it's not just going to be me. We're going to be getting input from literally the best sources you could imagine. We're going to be having extreme detail on exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and what we're going to be expecting in the years ahead. I don't know if we're going to be able to convince any of the detractors to actually step in front of a camera, but I pretty much know all of the arguments uh, against the version of the story that I'm presenting. I've shared many of them with you, and I do plan to, if we can't get them in front of camera, I will at least acknowledge and talk about some of the naysayers or some of the other ideas in this field. The last thing I want to mention here is about your help. So, first of all, um, Lauren, the head of the production team, she's kind of a phenom. She's been talking to uh, quite a number of people who want to essentially fund the film. It's looking like we're not going to have any problems getting the film done. But the more you observers help me, and we're going to be launching a Kickstarter here on Monday, the better that goes, the more we will be able to control the narrative. I've already been promised basically the powers of the director, and in terms of the science that is presented, I will pretty much have creative control of that. But the more control we have, the better. And the more successful this push goes, the better things can be. And so, whether that's use of uh, AI for graphics, or whether that's actually building actual models, like, can you just imagine if we actually built a tsunami model and then, we moved it to simulate the tilt so you could actually see where the tsunamis are going to go? Um, Little things like that, which they're not technically necessary to tell this story and make the documentary, but the more we have the ability to do those things, the more I am going to throw at this. I want detailed models, graphics, even if, in some cases, if it's necessary, tier 1 level animations. That's what we're aiming for. We want to completely be able to have control over this narrative, complete control over the final cut. And I know I want to be able to build some of those models. Like, I've shown you on maps and other things like that, but I want you to see it with your eyes where the water's going to go. There's a number of other things that I have in mind that we either need to basically build little models for, or build a special set in order to show. The better this goes on Monday, the more outstanding this documentary is going to be. There will be everything in terms of the reward tiers for Kickstarter, everything from, a thank you on the website, all the way up to and including tickets to the live opening night show of the production, and executive producer credits if you want to just be able to point at something and be like, I helped make this happen. Or you want to have your business name or something be one of the executive producers, and it'd be a great way to promote things like that. Again, we are pretty sure that this thing is going to be funded beyond our goal already. But there are some things I want to do to make this documentary as absolutely outstanding as possible, to show you things I have been talking about in ways that I couldn't even have ever imagined being able to show them to you before. And so, I'm genuinely asking for you guys to put more creative control into the hands of the observers. Give us more ability to be able to show you these things, so that, okay, for some things I have some animations, but we genuinely have the opportunity to do this in a way that even I have never imagined would be possible before, especially now that I've seen what this team is capable of. I assure you, help us out, and this team and I are going to deliver something that will take what the observers is and put it onto a whole other level. Anyway, that's coming Monday. I will see you guys in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone.